Party people, the place to be. What's going on? It's me. This comes to us via the Illuminati. Updated new Power Rangers movie details, how it ties into the future of the franchise, exclusive. We have a major update regarding this story. As mentioned in the attached video, our sources have told us that the upcoming Power Rangers movie will be taking place in the same continuity of the TV show. This means that the Rangers characters throughout the 28 years will be in the same continuity as the new movie Rangers. Let's see. With our latest breaking news regarding the future of the Power Rangers franchise, fans have started to wonder, where does PR go from here? Today, we hope to answer that. According to our sources, who have once again asked to remain anonymous, it seems that Hasbro will be putting all bets on their live-action Power Rangers movie that is currently in development at Paramount, as well as a further focus on Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. We have some exclusive story details of what the movie will be about and when the movie will take place in the Power Rangers timeline. Now, to be clear, what we are reporting is that in the script is what we're reporting is what is in the script in its current state. The script could very well change in time as the movie is still in pre-production, but we are hoping on is what we are reporting on is how it is right now. Bloody hell. Never drink and read, kids. At some point, the Rangers will be taken back in time to the 1990s, according to the Hollywood Reporter. According to our own sources, Hasbro's new Power Rangers movie will feature an all-new Ranger team. That's good. Not necessarily just 5 Rangers, and it will include an original lineup of heroes. Okay, that's a direction. That's a direction. That's a direction to go. I'll say that the issue that seemed to occur with one of the big issues that seemed to be with that new Rangers movie was they didn't know what to do with the past iterations, which is hard to figure out. I mean, it's really one of two ways. You kind of have to fish or cut bait. You kind of have to go completely different or completely the same. And they went pretty different, at least in terms of construction, and it just didn't land. And you can see why it didn't land, especially like even just from the trailers. Like, it all looked ugly. We are being told that Hasbro is looking for a diverse cast for the film that includes many different racial backgrounds and members of the LGBTQ plus community. They have also told us Hasbro plans to cast a female lead for this upcoming film. Well, hey, Surreal, are you making that expression because you hate women and gays and different people of different peoplehood? No. I'm making that expression because when Hollywood makes it a point to tell you that they're doing something, particularly with a property from the past that is in this vein, it's typically shoved down your throat to the detriment of the movie. It's typically done to a point that fucks up the entire thing. It's not just there. It's not just something that happens. It's a big deal. It's a big deal. It's not just, here's Danny Ocean's sister. It's, here's Danny Ocean's sister and all these different women with these different identities, and Danny Ocean is dead. He's dead. Fuck you, man. Danny Ocean's dead. Yeah. It's that. It's not just, here's a continuation. It's usually a, this is the one thing I want everyone to remember about this movie. And it's like, that shouldn't be what a Twitter post shouldn't be, a Twitter thread fishing for engagement shouldn't be the theme of the entire fucking movie that already has a theme and has a story and has a plot line. It shouldn't be that. So, not a huge fan of that, but we'll see what happens. We'll see what that marketing looks like. That's where this whole thing is gonna rest, I feel, is the marketing. We'll come back to this, but that's where I feel this whole thing's gonna rest. We've also learned that Lord Zed will be the main villain of the film, of course, and Zordon will be involved in the time-traveling element that thrusts the Rangers back in time. Our sources have told us that the upcoming Power Rangers movie being developed at Paramount Pictures will feature multiple different looks and Zords throughout Ranger history. Okay. This could possibly include a variety of suits and Zords from Mighty Morphin Power Rangers all the way to the modern era. We assume this is Hasbro's attempt to capitalize on toy sales for the movie. Of course it is. Duh. We are also hearing that Hasbro could potentially be planning to film in New Zealand, which is where the TV show has been filmed ever since Power Rangers Ninja Storm. Another interesting nugget, we've learned that aside from the movie, Hasbro will continue to have major focus on Power Rangers, which presumably would impact the toys in particular. We are speculating that Hasbro could be considering an animated adaptation featuring the Rangers from Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, but details regarding that are still unclear at this time. Who would that be for? It's not for us. It's not for the original. It's not for the OG fans. We're not. Who's that for? Like, I'm sure this won't be like a mature cartoon or like even a, cartoon for like all ages. I'm pretty sure it'll be a kid's cartoon, probably. Right? With those stupid hard right angles and shit that are in shit like the new Ninja Turtles cartoon, right? Like, who's that for? It's not for us. Unless this whole thing breaks down into a re-release of the original figures, like the OG figures, then a new live-action TV series isn't completely out of the question as well. However, as of now, it won't be with Toei providing the stock footage. There currently is no release, which actually could also be an issue if they do that wrong. There currently is no release date for the new Power Rangers movie. Even though this may seem to be a dark time in Power Rangers history, we at the Illuminati are confident that there are still good things happening in the franchise. We're looking forward to what Hasbro suckety suck, suckety suckety suck, suckety suck, suckety suck. This also doesn't mean that there can never be another live action show, but as of right now, if there is, it just wouldn't be in association with the Toei company. This may seem like the end of an era for our multicolored spandex heroes, but could open doors for a whole new audience and put a spotlight on Power Rangers that it hasn't seen in ages. They're nice and flowery there at the end and very hopeful. There's stuff in this that did not make me very hopeful, and we will see what happens pretty early on. I imagine we're not going to get another, email leak like we did with Sony and Ghostbusters, Feedbusters, but I imagine we will know early on how this thing is planned out. With the marketing. The marketing is going to be the key. If it is marketed with respect and reverence for the OG, then it might pass. It might be successful. It might pass, as well as the movie not looking like complete dog shit, like the effects not making everything look like different colors of melted fucking cheese, like the last one, like all that garbage. Like, just if there's respect and reference and practical effects, then we could be in good shape. We could be in decent, and we could be in shape that isn't bad. However, if this takes a Feedbusterian turn, then they may not recover. Then it may be pretty bad. They may alienate a lot of people, but it depends on how they market it. If they market it, if they go in with this is Power Rangers, the new Power Rangers, this is how it ties in, etc., etc., etc. Make it plain enough and interesting enough early on in the process. It's still early on enough so that I can't exactly, there's still details missing, so that I can't exactly make any proclamations of doom and gloom or whatever the fuck, or how terrible the quality would be. There's a concern with the way they highlighted the LGBTQ, different color, different races, different species, different whatever the fucks in it. in the story. But if that's all we really see about it, if they do everything else on the QT, if it's not, if it's not Power Rangers sponsoring the gay march next year, if there is a next year, you know what I mean? Like, if it's not that, like the whole thing, like not just a float, like the whole fucking thing, they're throwing their own one, then, not that there's anything wrong with the gay parade, like that's a fucking great time. I'm just saying, like, as long as Power Rangers is just fucking Power Rangers, then fine. Then fucking fine. But it'll all depend on how that goes down. So we'll see. It's still too early to tell anything. All that really did was kind of put off some alarm bells for me, but maybe I'm just an alarmist. Maybe you are thinking of things a little bit more logically than I am because you're a little bit less drunk than I am. If you are, tell me down there in the comments section. Like, share, subscribe. Subscribestar.com/Surreal469. Patreon.com/Surreal469. Those help keep the lights on at the party. As well as other places. I got podcasts on Thursdays. I got a different World Drinking Game on Thursdays. I got streaming on Saturdays and Mondays for now. That might increase, but we'll see. Keep glued to the Surreal 469s on everything. And until next time, party people, salud.